Hi, my name is Allison Pentland, and I'm the owner of FeeFiFoFun, which is a children's costume shop in Clarkson Village, which is in South Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. And I've long been a fan of wizarding and loved Harry Potter series and movies like Excalibur that's got Merlin in it and things like that. And in our store, we sell a lot of licensed Harry Potter stuff, which is great. And sometimes it's just a lot of fun to sort of create something of your own. So after playing around with a lot of different kinds of options, I wanted to show you how I put together a custom wand, how we make a custom wand. In this video, I'm actually just going to show you all the pieces, and then I'm going to try to actually do a how-to where it's more hands-on. But first I wanted to show you what's very typical of what we have in the store. This is Hermione's wand from one of our suppliers, and it's a licensed product. It's made out of plastic. It's very durable, and it's got quite a large part handle. So that is about 3/4 of an inch at that side and a 1/2 inch at the other end, so it's tapered, and it's 15 3/4 inch long. So that's a pretty big wand. When I was looking at different materials, I decided not to go with paper because I was thinking about younger kids that might I don't know, drop it in the bathtub and things like that. I didn't want it made out of paper. So I ended up actually just going to places like you could go to Michael's Arts and Crafts, or you could go to a dollar store and just getting, you can see it here, it's just a piece of doweling. This doweling is, I would say, it's a 1/4 inch in circumference, and I have got the ones that are 12 inches long, and I actually bought this in a 6-pack. So I started off with just a very, very plain piece of doweling, but what I ended up with was this. Maybe, I don't know if I can get it all in. I'm new to doing this. So we have here on this side, that is the end of the wand, and it actually has something wrapped around here, which I'll get into. And then you can see this one is actually textured. It's gold. And it is slightly tapered on the end. But I was keeping in mind that maybe for older kids, you could actually go into around your house, into a forest, into a park area, and see if you can find on the ground good pieces of wood here. This one actually was made by Carrie Robertson, who works at the store here. And it's all nice and twisted. And she's used the same end, and this didn't take her any time at all. I mean, ideally you want to find pieces of wood that are on the ground, and you want to find pieces of wood that aren't going to snap very easily. But this one is the circumference is quite light. Anyway, that's another idea. So these ones that I've made here are much more durable. And you can see there's this is really hard to do. Different colors. I've used some that are gold, some that are silver. There's a silver one. And some that just have some markings in them. You can see almost like burn marks. Actually, I don't know if you can see that part there. There's actually a burn mark that is a spiral. You can see that the ends of these are different lengths, but the actual wand itself is the same length. They're all 12 inches long. So how do we do this? Well, the first thing I did is I took the doweling, and I actually used from Michael's, it's called a hot marker, and this tip comes off here, and you can put on different size tips. Now this, like a glue gun, gets very, very hot. You can just see it just screws in, so there's different shapes. It gets very hot, so it's you'll have to decide. Um, well, if you have this kind of thing in the house, and if you don't, you're going to have to maybe try something else or market in other ways. It's got to be age appropriate because I even did burn through one of my nails putting this together. So, uh, but it was quite easy to use once I got the hang of it. Um, the only downside is that you cannot hold it right down and get a lot of control with this tip if you're doing fine markings, because obviously you want to protect your hands. But that is how I made these marks on here using different tips. So I took the doweling and I did that first. Okay, that was the first thing. The second thing that I did is I just took coarse paper and I broke it off into a smaller piece, and then I literally just took it around the end. It really trashes it up, so you need a couple pieces of this. And I just twisted it, and then I eventually even took the paper and folded it over, and then I just kept doing that. And that took probably, I think that was the thing that took the longest, was getting the tip with a nice soft round. It doesn't have to be perfect. Actually, the less regular it is, the better. When I finished rounding the tip and putting on the burn marks, with these ones here, I used a glue gun, right, which a lot of people do have at the house. And then what I did is I used that to put a spiral bead. So I turned it and then just moved it down, eventually creating this spiral pattern. After I finished putting on the spiral pattern, and I didn't do it on all of them, I only did it on some of them, I then put on this, oh, no, I'll back up. Then I actually colored the product. So in some cases, what I did is I just put on a very, very light gold spray, metallic spray, which dried in about 3 minutes, which was really great. In this case, that's the silver. This one, the gold one, I actually put 2 coats of gold on. This one I only put 1 coat of gold on, and then what I did is I took some old shoe polish. I tried Cordovan brown, which is a purpley kind of brown, and then I tried a little bit of black, and with a cloth I just rubbed it on really quick, and then I wiped it off, just leaving, I know you can't really tell, but it just gave it a kind of a very tarnished look, which can be really fun. I experimented a lot, and that's what I came up with. So you can really have a lot of fun and create your own kind of thing. Then what I did, now I did get this from Michael's. It was not cheap, but I really like it. There are other ways you can do this, but this is a roll. I don't know if you can see the color. It's a very kind of purpley brown. It looks like jute, which is or twine, which you could actually use jute or twine. In that case, you'd probably have to glue gun it on. But this is actually a floral wire. So it bent around the handle. So I twisted it around the handle. And then I was trying to think of whether I was going to glue it on. That's one of the suggestions my husband came up with, is to put on glue. And then to slip this back on. Sorry, I'm twisting here. But Carrie had another idea, which I thought was really great, which was using a candle and burning it and then dripping it on. Now this one's a gold candle, but of course it drips off white, which is what you want. And you can't really see it here, but I dripped it all the way around and let it dry. And it's the waxy coating, I don't think it'll come off. It's dripped right onto it. So it's keeping this piece firmly on the handle, but also gives it kind of a very old-fashioned look. So that's how I came up with doing these wands. We are going to be having, for March break, um, tutorials on making your own shield out of wood, or actually, rather, I've got the shields. It's about painting them and designing your heraldic shield. And we're going to be doing workshops on how to make these fantastic wands. So hopefully you can join us, and it's at FeeFiFoFun.ca. You can check out our website or give us a call or drop by the store. We have some great stuff. Thanks for watching. Stop.